The argument that more people means more expansion doesn't track, because like a deer population, if it expands too rapidly, it'll eat all the food and then it'll starve and it'll have a mass starvation.
Deer don't invent spaceships though.
Yeah, but most humans don't either. It's a very small percentage of humans that have that kind of mind capacity.
That's not true at all.
Well,
because the cobalt we use for our technology is not mined by rocket scientists.
Well,
it's
you have
mined
slaves, but the people that build the rockets are someone else.
So we don't like the conditions in the cobalt mines, but we're not going to send Einstein to a cobalt mine. What we should have is a Forrest Gump-like person who can't build a rocket, but dude can run really, really fast.
You can run fast?
Sure. Undoubtedly, yes.
There is a role for everyone on God's green earth. The problem is...
Oh, no. I completely disagree.
You don't think so?
No, most people are as irrelevant as a butterfly, and they have as much impact on
and
reality.
they can't break rocks for us?
Oh, sure, but we are at a point where ChatGPT is a better conversationalist than the average human being.
But I don't care about conversation. I care about who's going to pick up the cobalt for our smartphones.
I think much of these things, like cobalt, like can be done by robots or machines.
I do not believe that's correct right now. Perhaps in the future.
Sure, I don't think it's going to be far in the future. It's just not economically feasible.
Fair point. Perhaps the big concern of the Bill Gates types is that once we come to a point where trivial and menial labor is done by machines, you will only require higher thinking human beings, in which case the quote-unquote useless eaters become a very serious liability.
We're at a point where I would much rather, and most other people would rather, interact with the touchscreen than with a cashier at a fast food place, because the odds of me getting my order correct are much higher, and it's going to be more faster, more efficient. That's a problem.
I agree and disagree. I think you are correct. It will likely be higher, but I also think the issue is not just the cashier, but the guy making the food.
Correct.
So, but until we eliminate that role,
but that's also happened now. They have the machines.
They have fully automated McDonald's. I think it's a McDonald's. It could be wrong, but there was a video I saw where you go to a kiosk and order, and then behind the counter, you actually watch the robot arm grab the burger, put it on the grill, take it out, flips, puts it on the bun. Then the thing drops all the ingredients, folds
Isn't there
it,
like a
slides
fully
it out.
automated Taco Bell and somewhere in the Midwest? It's like a drive-through completely. There are no humans who work there.
And so I think
crazy.
I'm pretty sure it may have been Yuval Noah Harari who said this, or someone else, but the idea that they have is when the next industrial revolution happens, to avoid a Luddite riot, what you have to do is, before the revolution, placate the masses by stimulating dopamine, put them in a situation where they can play video games all day and get free food. They will eventually just die off. And then we won't have to worry about violence.
So what's interesting is you have that book right there, which I just interviewed Alex Jones about, The Great Reset. And his entire book is about quotes from these guys, where they're not just, it's not like horror porn. They're advocating for Brave New World. Yeah, they're like, this is what we want. There's no other way around it. And I don't think I think this is actually a real concern, because what if you are a millennial, low IQ, low ambition, a sense of entitlement? What am I going to, I'm going to be making cobalt. I'm going to be breaking cobalt in the mines. No, I'm not.
So
what do you do with that person?
Where's the problem?
What do you do with that person?
You give him a video game.
Sure. That's right. Exactly. That's the point.
And so where's the problem then? Are any of us upset that entitled woke millennials will go lock themselves in a pod eating bugs and playing the Matrix?
At a certain point, if they're all on welfare, it's going to become costly, and someone's going to be like, why are we paying for all these people in their pods to play video games?
So
that's when the problem comes in.
So they don't run around burning everything down because they don't want to break rocks.
Sure, but the point is then they start reproducing and they start voting, all sorts of other things start happening.
Which is why they're also sterilizing themselves and aborting their children.